नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today, Rajarajeshwari Brahmotsava, 7th day. Devi is gracing on Siddhapita, Kailasa, in which all the Siddhas are sitting. Devi is gracing with Sridevi and Bhudevi, Lakshmi and Saraswati on Kailasa. So with Devi's grace and blessings, I'll enter into the Satsanga. I welcome everyone who is sitting with us through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, RR TV and two-way video conferencing having Nayana Diksha. Before entering into the Satsang, I just want to express few things which I am not able to control. When I see this Vakyartha Sadas by the Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul, now really I am not able to control that overflow. Please understand, always one thing all gurus feel, whatever I am delivering to the world, will it be preserved, used, protected, practiced properly? It's from the time of Mahadeva the problem exists. Maybe I can say I am the first guru who is relieved from this problem because of this video recording. Understand? It captures and keeps. But it is only protection, not practicing and radiating. What is there? All this will be archived and kept. Just protection is not all required for a master's teaching. One of the Ramanuja's Bhashya, Ramanuja wrote a commentary on Brahma Sutra, working 6.5 years. Unfortunately, the next day, he was attacked by a terrorist group. And he and his disciples have to run for their life. So in that, trying to protect the Guru's life, disciples forgot to carry the whole manuscript of 6.5 years of hard work of Ramanuja's Sri Bhashya, Brahma Sutra Bhashya. They have to run for the life, so they could not protect that leaf, and the terrorist group came and burnt the whole leaf. Whole thing is burnt. But he had one disciple, amazing disciple, who wrote, when Ramanuja was dictating, who wrote, that disciple was Ekasantagrahi, means who can grasp anything by listening once. And he repeated the whole thing. That is the way we got the Sribhashya to the world now. We have Sribhashya of Ramanuja because of that one disciple's listening and reproducing ability. At least this is only a memory. It's only a memory. Just listening, one of the abilities, and reproducing. Then comes amazing disciples of Buddha. Buddha was such an extraordinary being. No disciple can pen down while he is talking. They will all be just lost in the grace of Buddha. Buddha was a feast for audio and video both. He was a visual treat. He was not just treat for your ears. He was a visual treat even for your eyes. He was so enchanting. No disciple will be able to pen or write what he is teaching. 40 years, not a single record. But when he left the body, all his top disciples sat. When they poured out everything, it was so beautifully aligned. Not just repeated. It was repeated with an alignment. That is the way the Dhammapada, the main basic scripture of Buddhism, came out. So as I said, this is the message for me. No memory is secured other than putting your teachings in biomemory of people. Understand? No memory can keep it safe and reproduce. Only biomemory can keep it safe and reproduce. When I see the Vakyartha Sadas, hear the Vakyartha Sadas by Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul, I really feel I have already produced the disciples Ramanuja had, and like the disciples Buddha had. They can reproduce with aligned, reproducing in an aligned way, so that people who want to practice further can easily refer and practice. A few days before, I was talking to one of my Swami, not from Gurukul, directly came and joined as an adult. Adult means adulterated adults. And he came and joined as adult, and now he has taken sannyas also. I was talking to him. In course of conversation, I used the word Jakrat Swapna Sushupti, and I saw his eyes were, he was blinking like almost he heard a Japanese language, or French, Portuguese, Spanish, all put together. As if he heard that, he was looking at me. I asked him, do you know what is Jakrat Swapna Sushupti? Can you explain? He politely shook the head saying, I don't know, Swamiji. It was really shock for me. No, my disciples give me always shocks, that is different. But this was too much of a shock, because about this Jakrat Swapna Sushupti, I don't know how many thousands of times I have spoken. In how many programs, techniques. Suddenly I had a thought, oh God, then for whom am who am I speaking? This whole satsang. For whom I am speaking? Day in and day out. Just because of enlightenment, I did not fall into depression. Otherwise, I almost fell into depression, and enlightenment saved me and brought me back. But now, when I am listening to Vakyartha Sadas, I know I have not spoken unnecessarily, or all my words have not become waste. My Gurukul kids' biomemories are holding it. My Gurukul kids' biomemories are holding it. Whatever I have showered in the satsang, whether this video memory captured it or not, archives mission is working or not, archives machine is functioning or not, my kids, my Gurukul kids' biomemory has caught it and it is carrying. So whatever I have spoken is not in vain. My time is not wasted. I know for sure. And I am waiting for my Gurukul kids to take up the responsibility of editing my books. See, actually my books don't need much editing other than aligning the statements, grammar statements, and repetition of the statements need to be edited, taken out. Sometimes I repeat because people don't listen, they are sleeping in front of me. If they sleep, I repeat. And I also give a very strange breaks. Just by silence I can wake up people. And then I repeat. So all these just need to be cleaned up. And sometimes in the body language I express very sarcastic expressions. I need to express to convey certain ideas. Maybe those things need to be put verbally. That's all. But one important job can be done. Giving a lot of footnotes, references from my various other works, which I think only my Gurukul kids will be able to do. Because it is their biomemory, so vast, so receptive, so blissfully capturing and captured whatever I have sharing on these satsangs. They just become a living example of awakened third eye. Now, I am refining the meditation techniques and taking them to the next level of third eye awakening, where not only they can read whatever is in the mind of the people or blindfold reading and all these things, they will also see the reality beyond what is seen as a world. They will see this world as a dream and see the reality beyond this world. And I have one more great news for you guys. I am refining. In next few days, I will initiate all the ashramites into this third eye awakening and blindfold reading. And this coming Varanasi inner awakening, I am going to initiate everyone into this process. Even the adults. The technique is ready. The process is ready. After I initiate the ashramites, sannyasis in next few days, maybe even these inner awakening participants will have this gift. You will have the initiation, maybe the last 1 or 2 days. Initiation into awakening the third eye and Varanasi inner awakening. All the participants, not just kids, even the adults, even if you are an adulterated adult, you are going to be initiated into third eye awakening, especially with this unique ability to read blindfold. And we have also tested this blindfold reading in the darkness, early morning, complete darkness. And I am taking it to the next level. If the third eye can be awakened fully, not only you will make whatever you dream as reality, you will also realize whatever is your reality itself is one more dream. Bringing you to this realization will be the result, ultimate result of third eye awakening. That is what I am expecting, and I'll make that happen. I'll make that happen. Now for the Gurukul kids and Ashramites, these inner awakening participants who are attending now here and the coming May inner awakening in Varanasi, please understand, actually the meaning of the word Varanasi means the space between eyebrows and nose. Varana Nasi. In Sanskrit, Varana means the space between the eyebrows, and Nasi means nose. The space between eyebrows and the nose, third eye. So Varanasi is the space of third eye. In the space of third eye, awakening your third eye so that you will experience the reality beyond what is seen by you. Whatever is seen by you as world. Vakyartha Sadas by Balasans. I really thought the first few days, maybe first few days they heard so much from me, they will have something to remember and talk. What will they have after a few days? They may be repeating the same thing. I thought it's okay, at least in that way they will hear more and more of spiritual truths. Now I understand. My kids are also just like me, no question of repeating the same thing again. No question of repeating the same thing again. They have heard enough and they are able to remember enough and they are able to repeat with realigned way enough. And there is one more verse from great Saint Valluvanayanar. He lived in Mylapore, Chennai. I'll give you the rough translation. A mother becomes more ecstatic when she listens her son as a great being than the moment she gave birth to the child. Indra பொழுதினும் பெரிதுவக்கும் தன்மகனை சான்றோன் எனக் கேட்டதாய். When she hears her son is a great being, she goes into the ecstasy much more than the time she gave birth to him. So I tell you, I am in that same ecstasy when I listen to Vakyartha Sadas by my kids. Please understand, their precise understanding about life, death, how death happens, what is Chana, how rebirth is taken, why somebody takes unconscious birth, why somebody takes a conscious birth. Whatever you may study, you may have PhD or PhD. You may MB5 and reach MBA. You may know how to administer others, but as far as administering you, you will be just dead donkey Buddhu. Now I am seeing so many MBAs who have come to MBA by MB5ing. And great PhDs, postdoctorate. I am seeing. That is why I am telling you. The kind of the clarity they are having. And one more thing, when all these truths gets into your system, when you are fresh and about to start the life, nothing like it. It gets into your very biomemory, I tell you. It gets into your very biomemory. This whole revival of deity worship, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, which I am doing, started just with one small Ganesha gifted to me when I was the age of 3. If that same Ganesha was gifted to me, or even bigger Ganesha, when I was 18, I don't think this revival would have happened. Just that one Ganesha, at the age of 3, got into my very bio-memory, became experience. That is why I could transmit that experience to tons and tons of people, and this whole Sanatana Dharma is revived. Just yesterday, one participant, yesterday or day for yesterday, few days, one participant in the inner awakening, when she came and said, Swamiji, it is so sweet to talk to deities and relate with them. I saw them blessing me, relating back to me, responding to me. I said, wow, I have done my job. They are not dead statues, they are living deities. I would have never been able to tell this to the world so authentically if I started practicing deity worship after some 18, 20, something like that. When life beats me, I just go and fall at the feet of some deity and catch hold of it. No. I might have had some experience for myself, but never be able to inspire millions by transmitting this experience. The transmitting the experience and inspiring millions is happening because I got that Ganesha deity when I was 3, so that it could get into my biomemory, become part of me and my very cognition, living. Understand? How I am thankful to my father and grandfather for giving me this deity and teaching me to relate with the deity. My mother's father, he is solely responsible for whatever revival I am doing through the deity worship. He is solely responsible because I have seen he may come back from the shop night 1 o'clock. He was rice merchant. So the rice loads will come from the villages in the bullock carts. Those days, bullock carts. And lorries were not that popular. Bullock carts are tractors. I have seen bullock carts will come with a fire torch or a lantern lamp. and they will unload the rice bags. Night 1 o'clock he may come back to the house, but he will wash himself, do the achamana, means apply the vibhuti and anushtana, keep the sharp key at the feet of Mahadeva. He had a beautiful, the family deity, Mahadeva, Ganesha, and other 2-3 deities like Nandi, small Subramanya, and Devi, on Surya. It's a Panchayatana, Shiva Panchayatana, with Vishnu also, Ranganatha, and Venkateshwara. Venkateshwara was the family deity. So all of them were there. He will always keep the key to them at the feet of Mahadeva and go and sleep. And whatever time he may come back to bed, next day morning he will be up before the sunrise. It's called Brahma Muhurta, the time a Shaivite is supposed to wake up. I have never seen him missing till the day he left the body. He woke up, he will wake up before the sunrise, the Brahma Muhurta, and take bath, do all his anushtana, come back to the deity and do all his morning worship, pick up the key from the deity with the permission and go to the shop. And every time when he took the major decisions, or every time he leaves the house for even a small action like going to a local temple and coming back, he will go and take the permission of the deity and then go. Once he comes back, he will wash his feet. If he comes back from temple, he may not wash his feet. If he is from any other place, he will just go to the shrine again, means where the family deities were kept. If he is from temple, he won't wash the feet. If he is from other places, he will wash the feet, but he will walk to the deity and do namaskar, respond to them or report to them what he has done. Only then he will continue with other activities. I tell you, just that one seed at that age, and every night, without missing, before going to bed, he will sit and chant all the verses, Shiva Stotras. Sometimes my uncles and all will be feeling a little annoyed. What is this in the middle of the night? It's a one hall where all the kids sleep. Only the married people, couples will have a separate room. Others all will sleep in the main hall only. And he will be sitting and chanting so beautifully, just lost in himself. Lost in himself. Reciting the verses on Mahadeva. Sometimes it will be stotras, sometimes it will be sutras, sometimes it will be shastras, whatever it is. Sometimes it will be in Sanskrit, sometimes it will be in Tamil. I picked up that exact lifestyle. Never. I slept without reading a spiritual scripture till I started my public life. Till I realized my avataric mission. After that, I was not able to read for more than 1.5 to 2 years. Then when I started my public life, naturally falling into samadhi, no need to read any books. And after I started teaching, I started reading for the sake of teaching. But till then, never missed reading a spiritual scripture before falling into bed. Understand? When something goes inside you, when you are a kid and becomes part of your biomemory, muscle memory, it becomes experience, cognition. You just radiate it with so much of strength and power. I can see when my kids are declaring, speaking the truth about death, conscious birth, Kshana, all that. It is reality for them. Understand? It is not that they just repeat like a parrot whatever they heard from me. It has become reality. That is why they are able to repeat so properly, and so much of courage and confidence is in their eyes. It is lifestyle for them. Just few days before, the temple, one kid was chanting mantras for Homa. I stopped him and said, you are doing inauthentically. That is why you are not able to bring the rain. Sit, bring yourself to completion and start chanting. The kid realized he had some incompletions and he went and completed with everyone. Yesterday he came and did. It was raining. Understand? It's an experience for them. It is not just story. It's an experience. And exactly anything wrong, it falls only in my eyes. It falls only in my eyes directly. I tell you, if you have a kid, the best thing you can do for the kid is put him or her in Gurukul and rest in peace. If somebody can experientially understand the truths to manage the life, he can understand anything. Anything, I tell you. The so-called society syllabus, 10th exam, plus 2 exam, all this graduation, all that is just nothing for my kids. They will write the exams just like cakewalk. Because when you know life, you know everything. When you know life, you know everything. When the source is known, everything is known. I'll demonstrate in few years. My kids writing IIT examinations, getting into the top rankers list. Just to prove it does not need too much to be IIT top rankers. When you know life, you know everything. And I am so happy. I am seeing the flowers blossoming. Who has a right to sit in Sarvanya Pita, Pita of omniscient. And I am telling you, all these words I am not uttering out of vanity or false pride. You will see, you will all see these kids sitting and doing Rangarajya in Sarvanya Pitas. What is Sarvanyatva? If you know life, you know everything. If you know life, you know everything. That is Sarvanyatva. The power of the third eye awakening. Power of the third eye awakening. Come to Varanasi to experience third eye awakening if you missed Gurukul when you were young. If you have missed Gurukul when you were young, come to Varanasi to experience third eye awakening this May. Bless you all. Let every one of you radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing living Advaita, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org, www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.